9 Uhr, okay, das war schon wie so eine Art Twist, ja, hier.
9 o'clock. Poor Emma. I suppose it's possible that what she said led to Liam's death, but I really doubt it. I blame the Rands before I blame her.
Genau, die Rands. Ryan Rand und Paul Rand. Es wird jetzt wirklich dunkel hier. Emmas Schuld. Emma zog Liam wegen eines Muttermals auf, was ihrer Meinung nach zu einem Selbstmord beitrug. Ich musste gerade an Austin Powers denken. Als dann Austin Powers, also beim dritten Teil, Goldständer, da ist er zu dem einen Typen gegangen, der Typ von Wunderbare Jahre, der Schauspieler. Und man, warte, aber, warte, ich schreiß dir deine Warze auf und mach Leberwurst draus. Der arme Liam mit seinem Muttermal. Okay, fangen wir direkt links an. Das ist eine sehr große, sehr wichtige Information. Und dann fangen wir mal bei James an, weil James sagt ja, der wurde umgebracht. Vielleicht ist eine nützliche Information für ihn.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Ich denke irgendwie, die haben das Bild einfach ein bisschen dunkler gemacht. So in der Nachbearbeitung, dass es so aussieht, als würde es jetzt dunkel werden. Ah, James kann ich nicht befragen.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Geh mal zu Rebecca. Ich weiß, Paul ist an der Reihe. Aber Paul und Ryan Rand, jetzt in der Ryan steht ja auch Ryan. Die sind ja so die Hauptdarsteller. Aber das ist auch zu auffällig, wenn ich denen alles irgendwie zumute, dass die das waren. Was weiß Rebecca?
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Emma kann ich nicht befragen.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Ja gut, dann gehen wir direkt zu denen. Dann ist es halt so. Wie ist denn der Fortschritt eigentlich? 48%.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
So, jetzt bin ich mal gespannt. Was sagt er?
Do you think Emma's criticism of Liam on that last night led to his suicide?
I doubt it helped.
Did you encourage Emma to criticize him?
I didn't encourage Emma to do anything. I merely told her what we tell every student to do, to express themselves as they want to. It would be out of order to criticize them after that, wouldn't it? However, I didn't expect her to criticize his birthmark, if that's what it was. That's a decision she took herself.
So you didn't know her well?
No, not at all.
Das war's schon. Ich muss zu Ryan gehen. Wo ist er? Was passiert nach einem Atlas-Treffen? Sie sollten auch den Chief für neue Informationen fragen. Ja, wo ist Ryan? Ich soll mit ihm reden.
Jenks, I presume.
Yes, Chief. Bit more news. It turns out Emma was with Liam on the night he died, and she thinks she caused him to commit suicide. She made fun of him, mocked him as part of the course.
Nice of her. Why did she do that?
Requirement of the course, apparently. To say something offensive. It's meant to encourage free thinking.
Interesting opinion. And I suppose the Rands just think that's what, par for the course or something like that, do they?
Well, Paul wasn't too bothered. He claims he didn't know Emma, so couldn't have predicted what she was going to do.
That doesn't wash. What does Emma say about him?
She does not like him. Really doesn't like him.
So she must have known him well enough. How well did he know her?
he claims not very well.
Well, make sure he's telling the truth. Oh, I've got a cup of coffee to make.
Coffee? Yeah, okay, thanks, Chief.
Right.
Interessante Frage, was passiert nach einem Atlas-Treffen? Vielleicht kann mir das Orion beantworten. Gucken wir mal. Vielleicht jetzt, weil es eine neue Stunde ist, vielleicht komme ich jetzt dahin. Rosenbaumvilla, außen. Freitag nach 21 Uhr. Erstmal in die Küche. Da ist nichts. Dann gehen wir ins Atrium. Jetzt kann ich noch mal die Tür rechts gehen. Jetzt ist hier keiner mehr da. Okay. Aber mal, vielleicht ist es jetzt vorbei. Vielleicht ist der Kurs vorbei. Vielleicht kann ich ja jetzt mit ihm reden. Hoffen wir es mal. Muss ja sein. Muss. Ja, okay. Ich dachte schon, ey, ich komme sonst nicht weiter. Okay, wir haben einige Sachen, die wir ihn fragen müssen. Und Liams Tod. Hat von Liams Selbstmord gehört, hatte Liam im Pub getroffen, schien glücklich zu sein. Da haben wir auch ein Contradiction gehabt.
So tell me more about this doll burning.
It's a symbolic ceremony we perform every few weeks on the course.
What's it about?
It's about burning your old personality and finding a new one, a better one.
So the dolls are...
You. They represent you from the past. Each doll has a picture of the student as a child or a teenager. And they burn the doll and symbolically destroy their old personality. It's quite simple but effective, I find.
And why did that girl shout?
Because it's an emotional thing. She's quite clearly become very attached to her doll. They do spend the first month with them. We tell them to take the doll everywhere with them before they actually go through the doll burning.
And you believe that's a good thing? Destroying your past?
Of course it's a good thing, Inspector. We're all shackled to our past, particularly you by the sound of it. Perhaps we should make a doll of you, Inspector, and burn that. What do you think?
No, thank you.
You're probably right. I'm not sure it would do any good anyway.
Do you know what this is?
Well, I think it's a bag. Is it a bag, Inspector?
The shop.
Oh, yes, the costume shop. Yes, we used to hire from them.
For the course?
Well, yes. For the course, at the end of each stage, we have a little party and we ask students to dress up or try acting out being somebody new, their new selves, as it were.
Could you explain a bit more? New selves?
One of the main elements of the course is learning how to act, how to be whoever you need to be in any given situation. I think you'll agree, Inspector, that business is about being the right person in the right situation at the right time. What it does, it helps them to detach themselves, become somebody new, pretend, you know that kind of thing. It's surprising what a little bit of cross-dressing can do for you, Inspector. You should try it.
Not at this stage.
Der hat voll viel geredet. Er kennt den Kostümverleih, lief früher im Laden aus. Atlas veranstaltet eine Party zum Abschluss des Lehrgangabschnittes. Der Kurs vermittelt den Studenten, wie sie sich verhalten sollen. Und während der Party werden Kostüme getragen. Die Gitarren.
I didn't realize you were a musician.
Oh, well, I'm not really a musician. I mean, I dabble a little bit. To be quite honest with you, I'm far more interested in collecting guitars.
You're not in a band?
Well, I did audition. I did audition a few years ago. When I say a few years ago, of course, I mean about 20 years ago. Doesn't time fly?
What band was that?
Oh, I can't remember. Something Stone.
Aren't they all called something stone? Hammerstone. That's it.
And you still collect?
I haven't bought a guitar for over a year. I feel I've moved on.
Wie sieht's aus mit Blackstone? Er spielt in einer Band namens Hammerstone. Spielt stümperhaft Gitarre, interessiert am Gitarrensammeln. Hat seit über einem Jahr keine Gitarre mehr gekauft. Was ist mit dieser Hypnose da?
Can you tell me about auto-hypnosis?
No. What would you like to know?
Do you use it on the course?
We dip into it occasionally, but it's not a major feature of the course. I would say that, well, a minority of the students know how to use it, but the majority wouldn't know and have a clue.
It's not a requirement of the course.
No, not at all. We don't ask people to do things that they're not comfortable with. There's no bribery, no coercion. We're thinking about phasing auto-hypnosis out, actually.
What's the reason for that?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, Inspector, it doesn't actually work very well.
What do you know about your father's money-stealing stunt?
Oh, well, yes, that was something that Dad decided to do as part of the shock aspect of the course.
But he went too far, you believe.
He usually does.
And do you think it did have anything to do with Liam's death?
No. Liam wasn't like that at all. I mean, that was just a simple, unfortunate coincidence. I mean, Liam had his own problems, but he didn't have any problems with the money shock stunt. No.
Der Trick hat nichts mit Liams Selbstmord zu tun. Er weiß, dass Paul zu weit gegangen ist. Schockaspekt. Oh, Emma.
What do you know about Emma Bowman criticizing Liam before his suicide?
I was there. I witnessed it. Well, I know Emma blamed herself for his death.
Did she?
Well, she was upset and all of that, but I wouldn't blame her, Inspector. I really don't think she had anything to do with it at all.
You don't think?
Liam was a very confident person, very outgoing, very strong individual, or so it seemed. I mean, people are free to do what they like. Even something as irreversible as bumping themselves off. Sad though that is, of course.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Hier waren wir ja, hier ist nix. Ach so, hier ist ja noch eine Lupe.
That'll come in handy. Don't know why I never remember to buy one.
Eine Taschenlampe. Ach so, ja, da können wir die Rückseite da mal aufnehmen. Da im Pub. Eine rote Taschenlampe gefunden in einer Kiste mit Gerümpel bei Atlas und direkt mal eingesteckt und geklaut. Gehen wir zum Pub. Was finden wir jetzt hier? Devil worshippers.
And there's the mask symbol again. Looks like someone's been trying to make a point.
Darf ich das Video nochmal sehen? Ah, hier noch auf Deutsch jetzt gemacht. Teufelsanbeter. Böse. Achso, das war das Maskensymbol. Ja, krass. Das ist wohl doch nicht so eine kleine Sache, wie die immer hier so tun. Evil, Devil Worshippers. Und das Symbol. Gehen wir direkt mal zu Rebecca, wenn wir schon da sind.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Have you ever seen these?
It's Ryan's car. It got vandalised last year. His camera had been stolen, so I took pictures. God, whoever did it made a mess, didn't they?
But nobody was prosecuted for it.
Not that I remember. The insurance paid out, though.
Zeigen wir mal Ryan direkt mal die Fotos.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
Und wir müssen hier nach Widersprüchen suchen. Wir haben viel mit ihm geredet. Und dann müssen wir mal schauen. Ich habe da gar nicht so richtig zugehört, muss ich ganz ehrlich sagen.
Couple more questions, if that's okay?
Ich bin nämlich gerade aufgewacht. Bin sofort hierher. Hab mir die Zähne geputzt, bin sofort hierher. Hab hier angefangen zu zocken. Also das Spiel angemacht, weil ich unbedingt weiterkommen wollte. Was weißt du über dieses Foto?
Do you know what these are?
Oh, yes, that's my old car. It was vandalized. I took those for the insurance company. Where did you find those?
At the pub. You know who did this?
Yes. A girl called Lisa Blint. She was on the course, very strange girl.
And why did she write the words devil worshippers all over your car?
Well, she was a very strange girl. She had a lot of psychological problems. I'm not entirely sure, Inspector. I mean, she took a dislike to the course for some particular reason. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And she asked for a refund. I declined. And she decided to spray her disapproval all over my car.
Odd thing to spray, isn't it, though? Devil worshippers?
Well, she was a very odd girl, Inspector. Maybe she thought it was a way of getting back at us. I've no idea.
Did Rebecca know about it?
Well, yes, she did, but I wasn't about to unleash Rebecca on her. She can be quite fierce sometimes, you know. And I mean, the girl wasn't vindictive. She had psychological problems. She lives in the village, actually. The run-down house at the end of the lane. Can't miss it.
Really? Right, thank you.
Die Fotos sind von Ryans Auto, das im letzten Jahr demoliert wurde. Auto wurde von einer Studentin namens Lisa Blind mutwillig beschädigt. Lisa hatte psychische Probleme. Lisa bat um eine Rückerstattung der Kursgebühren. Weiß nicht, warum Lisa Teufelsanbeter geschrieben hat. Lisa lebt allein am Ende der kleinen Gasse. Als ich vorhin die Bilder gesehen habe, stand da EWL. Aber eigentlich EVIL für Evil, böse. Hier. Zeuge von Emmas Mobbing an Liam. Gibt Emma nicht die Schuld. Liam war robust und zugänglich. Denkt, dass Menschen die Freiheit haben sollten, zu tun, was sie wollen.
back later on, if that's okay.
Diese Teufelsanbeter hier. Also bei Ryan ist ganz schön viel. Gehen wir zu Paul. Zeigen wir ihm die Fotos. Wenn ich überhaupt reinkomme, der hat mich ja rausgeschmissen. Ah, okay, ich kann wieder mit ihm reden.
Do you know what these are?
Yes, that's Ryan's car. Another toy he managed to ruin. It was vandalized sometime last year.
You know who did it?
I don't believe anybody was ever prosecuted for it.
Der hat hier von verurteilt geredet, aber hat nicht gesagt, was denkst du, wer das war. Darauf hat er nicht geantwortet. Er glaubt nicht, dass jemand dafür belangt wurde. Aber wer war's? Kannte Emma kaum. Und mir kommt es eher so vor, als würden die sich voll gut kennen. Paul kaufte eine Freiheitskette für eine Studentin. Und er besteht darauf, dass er die Kette nicht für Kate gekauft hat. Hat Paul die Kette für, ich mach extra langsam, Emma gekauft?
What do you know about this?
It's a freedom necklace. It's a symbol we use sometimes on the course. Little bird in cage flying away. Freeing themselves from their past is the analogy.
So do they get them when they join the course or something?
No, not as a rule. I think I bought one once as a present.
Oh, not for Kate, by any chance?
No, not for Kate. I can't really remember who it was for. A birthday present, maybe for one of the students.
Which student?
I've no idea.
Ah, warte mal.
Aha. You say you didn't know Emma, yet you bought her a freedom necklace.
I don't remember saying anything about buying Emma a necklace.
So you didn't buy her one? So you did buy her one. So that means you must have known her, and quite well too.
Stop making such a big thing about this, Inspector. Look, I've been around a few years. The clock is ticking. And I admit I have an embarrassing weakness for attractive women. It was a stupid mistake, but that's all it was.
So you're saying you tried it on with her?
No, I didn't try it on. I bought her a necklace. I'm not aware that there's a law against buying presents unless, of course, the Third Reich has been elected while I was at a bridge party. Emma was old enough to make decisions for herself. And as a matter of fact, she decided that she didn't want to be bothered with an old fool like me. So nothing happened, no mistakes, nobody got hurt. All right.
Like father, like son.
No surprises there. I wonder how many students Paul has tried it on with.
Vielleicht noch bei Kate? Schau mal, sie ist doch auch eine hübsche Dame. Ja.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Could that be where Lisa lives? Run-down house at the end of the lane. That's what Ryan said, wasn't it?
Geh mal zum alten Haus.
Is it Lisa?
Yes.
Inspector Jenks, I'm investigating an incident in the village. I wonder if I could ask you a few questions.
What sort of incident?
I'd rather come in and discuss it if that's all right with you. I promise I won't take long. Thank you. I'll just go in here, yes?
I have to go out in a minute.
Oh, look, I can come back later.
I might not be here. What did you want to ask?
I just wanted to ask you, did you know Kate Vine?
No.
Right. Well, I heard that you're familiar with Atlas, the life skills training company.
What do you want to know about Atlas?
Well, I heard you reacted badly to it.
Of course I reacted badly. So would anyone.
Now, why do you say that?
Because they're devil worshippers.
Devil worshippers?
Gänsehaut.
They're making demons appear. They're tricking everybody. They're getting people to join up, then they're putting demons inside them. You can see them.
See who?
Demons.
Where could you see them?
In the mirrors.
At Atlas?
Any mirror. You can't get rid of them. They stay inside you.
So, how did you get rid of them?
I didn't.
You still see them?
I just don't look. I put
Oh my God!
all the lights on.
Ein Dämon!
I make sure it's all bright. I put them on when I need to look in the mirror. If I make sure everything is bright, I just see myself without seeing the other person.
Who is the other person?
She's like me, but older. It's like her eyes sink in. She's all wrinkled, with a wrinkled mouth. Like she's dying. And then I realize I'm her. I'm not me anymore. I'm her. I'm sorry, I have to go now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Kann ich hier im Haus bleiben? Vielleicht hier übernachten oder so? Dann muss ich nicht ins Hotel. Was ging hier ab?
What a very fragile and disturbed person, and utterly convinced that Atlas are worshipping the devil. How are Ryan and Paul going to get out of this one?
Krass, Mann. Okay, also Lisas Anschuldigung ist schon hart, ne? Lisa blind behauptete, dass Atlas Teufelsanbetung betreibe. Das passt doch direkt zu James irgendwie, der hat das doch auch gesagt. Die wohnen doch in der Nähe. Kennen sich doch bestimmt. Fragen wir ihn mal.
Ask you a couple more things, please. Know anything about these?
No.
Danke.
Do you know anyone who is interested in or involved with devil worship?
Have you met Lisa?
Which Lisa are you talking about?
Mad Lisa, lives on her own, doesn't like mirrors.
Yeah, I've met her. You think she's mad?
You can't look at yourself in the mirror without seeing ghosts. You've got problems, don't you think?
How do you know her?
She came to the farm for some eggs a couple of times. Got talking to her once, that's all.
And what did she tell you?
Nothing much. Except she thought the devil was after her.
What did you tell her?
Told her the devil needs a good reason to be after you. But she was just like most people, really, blind to herself, except she's more extreme. That's all madness is. Being blind to yourself.
Lisa hatte die Farm ein paar Mal besucht. Er sagt, dass Lisa dachte, der Teufel sei hinter hierher. Ja, normal, der beeinflusst sie ja auch total wahrscheinlich, James. Mit seinen Spiegeln.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
Manche sind halt empfänglich für sowas. Muss man dafür sorgen, dass man Abstand nimmt. Fragen wir einfach jeden anderen. Dann gehen wir direkt zu Paul.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Do you know anything about devil worship, Paul?
I beg your pardon?
Devil worship? Satanism?
Am I missing something here?
I heard Atlas had elements of Satanism on the course.
You are misinformed. We're a training company, we're not devil worshippers. What kind of a question is that?
So you've no interest in the occult?
No, Inspector, I have no interest in the occult any more than I have interest in pole vaulting, cheese making, or snake charming. Anything else you want to know that I'm not interested in?
That's fine, thanks.
Ein Interesse am Okkulten. Aber Ryan hat Interesse am Okkulten gehabt, ne? Gucken wir, ob hier irgendein Widerspruch dabei ist. Ja, Puppenverbrennung war seine Idee von Ryan. Wir müssen eigentlich zu Ryan gehen. Aber wir klappern natürlich die anderen noch ab.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Have you ever come across anyone interested in or involved with the occult?
As in black magic? No, why?
Atlas don't use occult techniques or anything like that?
Atlas? Not unless Ryan's got a secret he's not telling me about. Why, who's been talking?
Just a line of inquiry. Okay, thanks. That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Gehen wir noch zu Simon und Emma. Vielleicht weiß Simon was?
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Der ist doch ein Atlas-Fanboy.
Have you seen these before?
No. Don't know the car.
Da weiß nichts von dem Foto.
What do you know about devil worship?
Devil worship? Where?
At Atlas.
Devil worship at Atlas? No, there's none of that.
Der hat jetzt aber ehrlich geantwortet. Also zumindest für sich weiß er nichts davon.
Be back later on, if that's okay. Do you know anything about these?
Nope. Sorry.
Have you ever heard about there being devil worship at Atlas?
Devil worship? No. Definitely not. Who said that?
It's just something I heard. Okay, thanks.
Ja, okay. Ja, direkt zu Ryan. Komm.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank
you. Ich rede auch manchmal so. Okay, alles klar. Dann sind wir fertig. Vorerst fertig. Hier ist der Leichenfund dort, ne? Gehen wir mal zu Ryan. Ganz kurz, gehen wir nochmal zurück. Vielleicht konnte man die Lupe nochmal benutzen? Nee. Gehen wir nochmal hier rein. Einfach um zu gucken, ob sich irgendwas geändert hat. Weil das ist doch so bei dem Spiel. Da muss man überall nochmal reingehen, weil irgendwie auf einmal sich was geändert hat. Das Spiel triggert dann neue Sequenzen. So, Lisas Anschuldigung. Teufelsanbetung. Passt doch zu Ryan, oder? Ryan mag doch diese Themen.
Has devil worship ever been part of the course, Ryan?
Am I correct in assuming that you have spoken to Lisa Blind?
You would be. She's been telling me all about the Atlas obsession with Satanism, Ryan.
Then if you've met Lisa Blind, then you will have worked out for yourself that she has a very vivid imagination. She also has psychological problems, diagnosed psychological problems, as a matter of fact.
So where did she get the idea that you lot were, devil worshippers?
I really have no idea. The girl is insane. She's frightened of her own shadow, bless her. She actually thinks that demons are possessing her even now. You really can't trust a word she says.
So you are saying there has never been any devil worship at Atlas?
I don't even know what devil worship is, Inspector. It's not something I particularly know anything about. I certainly don't recall anyone ever having worshipped the devil at Atlas. We even tried to help the poor girl by paying for some treatment, but she didn't want it.
Really?
It's not easy to offer someone help when they think that you're the problem.
Lisa war eine Fantastin mit psychischen Problemen. Glaubt immer noch, dass Dämonen von ihr Besitz ergriffen haben, weiß nichts über Teufelsanbetung, bietet Lisa eine private psychologische Untersuchung an. Er weiß nichts über Teufelsanbetung. Wem willst du was erzählen? Das ist ein Widerspruch. Er hat doch irgendwo gesagt, dass er sich darüber informiert hat. Er hat doch Bücher gelesen und so weiter. Er hat früher über schwarze Magie und satanische Rituale. Hat sich früher belesen.
Aha.
Aha.
So you used to read a lot about voodoo and satanic rituals, but you don't know anything about devil worship?
Well, obviously, I just meant we don't worship the devil. We're not devil worshippers here at Atlas, Inspector. Ridiculous.
But the point is, Ryan, that you claim not to know anything about it, but admitted you were obsessed with it when you were younger. Are you sure none of that made its way onto the Atlas course? And that Lisa isn't basing her beliefs on anything within that course?
Lisa isn't basing her beliefs on anything other than her own imagination, Inspector. Look. We do use some techniques that some students find difficult, disturbing. We encourage them to see things differently, that's all. And some people simply aren't up to that. Some people, like Lisa, that's why we introduced the aptitude test.
What's the aptitude test?
This. We ask students to fill in an aptitude test, medical history, psychological issues, that kind of thing, any medication that they have used in the past, any medication that they currently are using. Here, take a look. Basically, it's just to try and make sure that we don't get another Lisa.
Has it worked?
Well, touch wood, so far, yes.
Can I keep a copy of this? I wonder how much importance they actually give to this test. And what are they doing that's so disturbing anyway?
Wieso machen die solche Tests? Atlas, Lebenskompetenztraining, Bewerbungsformular.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Das bedeutet ja, Simon hat bestimmt diesen Test gemacht, oder? Und natürlich fragen wir auch noch Paul.
Ask you a couple more things, please. Did you do a test before you started at Atlas?
Oh, yeah. It was all just questions about if I had any illnesses or mental health problems or stuff like that, you know. They didn't actually ask for any proof, so I could have lied through your teeth on that one. Don't think they actually checked.
Interesting.
Hat vor dem Atlas-Beitritt ein Formular ausgefüllt. Das war dieser Test hier. Das Formular war ein einfacher Gesundheitscheck. Es wäre einfach bei dem Formular zu lügen.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Kate war ja auch bei Atlas.
Have you seen one of these before?
No, not this one exactly, but we had to fill something similar in on the first night at Atlas. One of those aptitude tests, fitness and stuff like that.
Wir reden hier von einem Wirtschaftskurs bei Atlas, ne? Was die alles für Aktionen hier machen.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
Frag mal Rebecca. Rebecca's Pub.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind. Do you know anything about this?
It's the aptitude test, isn't it, for Atlas? What do you want to know?
Do you know why it was introduced?
I think they had some trouble with some unsuitable students. I suppose you have to be careful who you work with.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Was hat sie gesagt? Warte mal.
Ask about a few more things, please. Do you know anything about this?
It's the aptitude test, isn't it, for Atlas? What do you want to know?
Do you know why it was introduced?
I think they had some trouble with some unsuitable students. I suppose you have to be careful who you work with.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Gehen wir mal zum lieben Paul. Unser Paul Rand.
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Can you tell me a bit about this, please? It's the Atlas aptitude test.
What do you want to know?
What does it test, exactly?
It's a test we introduced to make sure that any students didn't have any major personality problems, skeletons in the cupboard, so to speak. We introduced it because we had a little bit of a problem with one of the students.
Lisa.
You are well informed.
And what do you think it was that disturbed her?
I believe that the course proved to be too demanding for her. We discovered that she had one or two psychological problems and she couldn't handle it.
And did you change anything else on the course apart from introducing the test?
We increased the entrance age to 21. Well, wasn't much, but it's about the only thing we could do. We didn't want another Lisa. We didn't want students turning around and suing us, did we?
Aber du hast eine neue Kate. Aber du hast ja eine Kate gehabt. Lisa kam nicht mit den Kurstechniken zurecht. Es ist unmöglich, durch Hypnose verletzt oder geschädigt zu werden.
Aha.
Passt ja nicht.
So nobody has ever been affected by auto-hypnosis, except Lisa.
Hypnosis wasn't the problem, Inspector. Lisa was the problem with Lisa. That's why we introduced the test.
But the hypnosis was the trigger, wasn't it?
Lisa arrived on the course believing we were all devil worshippers. She was nuts to start with. We didn't make her like that.
Well, as far as I can tell, Paul, you've had one student accuse you of devil worship and 2 others commit suicide. Some of your students aren't having a very good time on this course, are they?
Nonsense. Kate was enjoying every minute of it. She couldn't get enough of it.
Really?
She was full of the joys of life. Bubbly, confident, flirty.
With who?
You mean with whom?
With whom?
Pretty much everybody. Including me, as I remember.
Really? And, did you respond?
I don't get into relationships with students, Inspector. Company policy. It's not professional.
Es ist eine Lüge. Da hat doch auch...
Kate flirted with him. There's no way Paul would have turned down an opportunity like that.
Ja, auf keinen Fall. Der hat's doch bei Emma versucht. Der hat's doch auch bei Emma versucht. Er hat's doch auch bei Emma versucht. What? Hat er das nicht gesagt? Er hat jetzt gesagt, er will nichts mit... Der ist Profi, der macht nichts mit Leuten aus dem Kurs. Er hat doch einmal versucht, mit Emma auszugehen. Stand da doch. Steht da doch. Seine Antwort, wo ist seine Antwort? Ich will das jetzt anwählen, dass er sagt, ich habe noch nie mit einer Frau was versucht. Ich kann es nicht auswählen. Achso, hier steht es. Geht's? Ja.
Aha. So you avoid relationships with students, except for Emma, who you tried to date.
Oh, come on, Inspector. That was a long time ago.
And what about Kate Vine? Did you try to date her or not?
Oh, don't be so ridiculous, Inspector. Kate was an exceptionally clever girl. She knew exactly what she wanted, and she knew how to get it.
You mean that Kate approached you?
It wouldn't surprise me if she was playing everyone in the group. Kate had more enemies than you'd think. She was a very, very manipulative young woman.